Joe. Look into the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen. I was by the stove. Big beside this cases once. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. He said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down. Soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure. I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp. I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now a handoff. Johnson. Room here to run. Johnson jostles free. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, Moreno. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Pretty move. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Moreno. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deone Bucannon. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first. Quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll run it here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Rosen on 1st and 10. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. Gone. Gone. Gone.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Rosen. 20! Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. To throw is Rosen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here we go now. Green 30.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. They also like with the run.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Being chased out. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Watching that Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They go play action. It's Rosen trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 64 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Rosen. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bengals getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
3-19. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
From the gun, Moreno. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! Detroit! Over, over! Over, over!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Moreno, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are in for 6. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They go play action here on first down. Forced out to his left. And some room to work. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Green 39!
Now Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On 1st and 10, Moreno flushed out right. He's going to air it out deep for Green, and he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Blue 90. Detroit, Detroit.
Off play action. Moreno. Flush to his right. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Moreno. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Golden in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Moreno. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth, when the ball's arriving.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. David Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Bucky Hodges, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be left. Now.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw on third down, Moreno. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Rosen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
In a tie game, Both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Looking to throw on second down. Moreno. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's third down. Now the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Moreno. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Back down that Philly. Here we go.
Throwing on first down. Moreno going deep downfield. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Bullock out now to kick this one away. So out now come the Cardinals. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. He'll buy some time right. Lets it go for Nelson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by George Iloka. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And on the ground they go with a running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Steps away. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Bucky Hodges, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the 2nd half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They go to Johnson again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And the grab by Croft. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. Off the play fake. Moreno. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Operating from the gun. Moreno. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return is Peterson. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Play action. Rosen lets it go for Nelson. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's going to air one out. It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Off play action. Moreno. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. Leopard.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rosen looking to throw. They still can't. He's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A gain of 32 that time.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
To throw again. Moreno. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. David Johnson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Gone, 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 gone. Set, 319, 319.
Play action here with Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over. He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hodges. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
And now it's Rosen looking. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Moreno buying time to his left. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Moreno. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Again, it's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On the ground, this is Johnson. Open space inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. David Johnson taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now,
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here we go now.
Johnson running left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Off the play fake. Moreno. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.